When we got to Manila, the situation was entirely different, but in its own way more frightening. What happened there was that Imelda Marcos, the First Lady, gathered together a number of the aristocracy, children, and these kids were waiting for the Beatles to be brought to them. And they were going to have an audience with the Beatles, as far as they were concerned. Now, somebody might have told the Beatles this, but unfortunately they didn't. Following morning then, the headlines in the newspapers are all about Beatles snub, Marcus, etc. And from then on, things went from bad to worse. The security was withdrawn completely.
We sit down in the hotel room and somebody switched on the TV. And then after a short while, the news came over the TV that the Beatles are going to be entertained at a banquet by the First Lady, Imelda Marcos. And immediately they said, oh no, no, we're not. Words to that effect. Didn't want to do it. Anyway, away we go. The boys did an incredible concert, 20,000 people. And there was still nonsense going on about the Beatles turning down this request from the First Lady. So now we've got to leave the place. And we get to the airport and we're sort of being attacked. We eventually get onto the plane, and the first words were spoken once we got onto the plane was Ringo. And he said, God, he said, we could have been killed out there, you know?
So we got to the airport, and our road managers had a lot of trouble trying to get the equipment in because the escalators had been turned off and things. So we got there and we got put into the transit lounge. And then we got pushed around from one corner of the lounge to another, you know.
You treat like ordinary passenger. Ordinary passenger, you're saying. Because an ordinary passenger, he doesn't get kicked, does he?
Did you get kicked?
No, I was very delicate and moved every time they touched me.
We made a run for the aircraft, quite literally scared, not just that we would be kicked and punched, which was happening all the time, but that a sniper would actually sort of pick off one or more of the Beatles.